Welcome to the Daily Energize Podcast, where you'll get a jolt of energy and a quick tip to help you conquer your day. Now here's your host, the Prince of Positivity himself, Spencer Jones.
Hey Energizer, thank you for hopping in and joining me, Spencer Jones, the Prince of Positivity, in this episode of the Daily Energize. That's right, it's a show that's here to give you a jolt of energy and a quick tip to help you live your life to the max. Now today, before we even hop into today's episode, if you could just leave a rating and review of the podcast, I would really appreciate it. I know not all platforms allow it, but if you take the 30 seconds or so to leave a rating and review, I would greatly appreciate it. I love reading them, love seeing them. I check out all of them, and plus it also lets the platform knows that I can't talk apparently. It lets the platform know that, hey, people are listening to this and hopefully they like it, and then they'll share it out with more people, right? So if you could just take that 30 seconds, I would really appreciate it. So thank you in advance. I appreciate it. Okay, today's topic is all about implementing new ideas. Because here's a cool thing. If we want to keep learning and growing, we have to implement new ideas. I wouldn't say constantly, but we often hear this new ideas, new concepts, new things that we can implement in our lives. And what's awesome is there's so many out there, we get a plethora to pick from. It can almost be too much. Right? It's like a choice overload that we can't decide on all the different things we want to do. So today I want to talk about how we can pick and choose one and how to implement these new ideas. Because there are so many, and maybe you've heard some cool ideas here in the Daily Energize, or you've learned and saw things in the Jones and Four Academy, or one of our events, or whatever it is, or somebody else's events and places. Cool. There's so many places you can hear and learn about these cool ideas. So first and foremost, right, you hear the idea, but first and foremost, to decide if you even want to do it, is you need to see if it aligns with you. Is that something that makes sense for you? Is it aligned with your purpose, with where you're going, right? That vision that you have, your goals. Is it aligned with your priorities, the things that matter to you and your values? Is it aligned? That's a very first question. All right, hey, this sounds pretty cool. Now, is it aligned with where I'm going? It could still be cool and not be aligned. So that's okay, right? If it's cool, like, hey, that's pretty cool, but that's not aligned right now. Maybe it will be aligned later on. I'll just kind of keep that in the back pocket and we can pull it out if needed later on. Or if it is aligned, cool, and we go on to the next step. Right? So first, is it aligned with your purpose, your priorities, your vision, your values? Is it aligned? That's the first step. Then, how are you going to implement it? What does that look like for you? Is it something that you can just do all of it right away? Sometimes that happens. Is it something that you need to take one small step at a time and build up to it? Or maybe it's just a small thing you can add. Let's take journaling, for example. Now, for journaling, you can start a little bit at a time if you want. All right, you're just going to journal once or twice a week. Cool. I find for me that would be a struggle because then I would forget. I find that a daily habit is good because it's short. If it was like spend an hour a day journaling or spend an hour a day doing this, that would, for me, would be difficult to do every day. But to take 5 minutes to journal, I would try to implement that into my day and habit stack it. So something I already do habitually, something that's already routine for me, I would just add journaling on top of that. And that's exactly what I did when I started journaling. I was already working out regularly almost every day, so I just added journaling to that. So now on days that I work out, guess what? I journal. I do it before my workout so that I know that, all right, I know I got it in, we're good, let's journal. Or let's work out, right? So I got the journaling and now I can work out. So first you see if it's aligned, and then you look at, okay, what does it look like for you to implement? How can you implement it? Is it all at once? Is it a little bit at a time? What does that look like in your schedule? And I guess there's even a step before that I forgot to mention. And that is, what does that idea look like in your life? What does it look like for you? Because maybe where you heard that idea or read that idea from, they had their own thing with it. And that might be the way you would do it, but also might not be. And that's okay. You can make it your own. That's cool, right? We talked about being you. So make it yours. Now, maybe you might not know exactly how to make it yours until you do it a couple times, until you do it for some time. But maybe it's something you figure out earlier on. Oh, let's tweak and adjust this. Let's try it this way. Let's do that. Do that. Do this. The other thing. And tweak it and adjust it to make it yours. But how does it look? Like, what's the goal? Why do you want to include that thing in your life? What does it look like? Why do you want to have that thing in your life? Why do you want to add it? What does it do for you? So you're just getting clearer on the purpose of it. What does it look like in your life? And then you can start taking action on it. One step at a time. And on days that you forget to do it or whatever, that's okay. Give yourself grace. Just come back to it. Try not to stay away too long. Just come back. And if you do find yourself being away too long, just come on back. That's it. There are so many cool and amazing ideas out there that we could not. There's no way we could implement all of them in our life. No matter what. Even if we tried one new thing a day, we couldn't do it. It wouldn't be beneficial to us. It wouldn't be helpful for us shining our light into the world. Honestly, I feel like we would just be kind of going all over the place. We'd be too widespread. So see if it's aligned. Think about what would that look like for your life? What's the purpose of that? How would you implement that? And then start taking action. And then after you do it for some time, evaluate it. That sometimes could be a week, could be 2 weeks, could be a month, 6 months, whatever. Reflect and evaluate. Is this still working? Is it meeting the goals that I wanted to do? How is it impacting my life, positively, negatively, or in between? And then adjust as needed. All right, that's all I got. So those new ideas that are coming up, implement them if they align. If they don't, then don't. And that's all good. All right, so keep being you, keep shining your light, and good luck implementing all of those amazing new ideas. So until next time, I'll catch you later. Bye.